Hey guys, this is Alex from 4C Trading, and today I want to talk a little bit about NEO. So NEO dates way back. It is really old coin, right off the Ant shares, and they even was called Chinese Ethereum or something like that, right? So it has a pretty rich history, right? But when you look at it from this sort of perspective, you can still see that NEO is actually falling behind some of the major coins, right? So if we look at it for like XRP or Cardano or stuff like this, NEO is maybe falling behind just a little bit, and this is why it makes it so interesting, because we can potentially be seeing high prices on this particular coin. Now, when you look at it from a weekly standpoint, you can start seeing that we have gained some of the levels on the left side, and some of the levels being right here, located right here. So now you can see that we have gained, or we have to hold this sort of a main areas for us to continue to other main areas. And just for the retrospect, if I put up a main area right now on this sort of a particular chart, you will see that the main area is going to be a little bit of a fatter one, but you can see that it reaches all the way to the top. Now, if you look at it, this is around, we are talking around $75 to $80, right? And if you look at it at the current price of NEO, where it's currently hovering, right, you can see that it's almost a double amount in the pricing all the way up to TP than it is right now. So potentially speaking, this could turn out to be a really good trade. So let's go delve into a little bit smaller time frames, and let's actually see the opportunity that NEO is presenting ourselves, right? I mean, at the moment, right? So we have already seen that some of the levels that we will initially want to fill in on the set trade were already filled, and one of these levels we are talking about right here, and the other ones would be located on a smaller time frame. But just from retrospect, from a higher time frame standpoint, this was the level that we originally wanted to fill, but we are a little bit late on it. So it doesn't matter right now if we are late. This is going to be a little bit more risky trade for sure, because we are going to go even on lower time frames, and we'll try to find an entry in lower time frames, but that doesn't mean the trade is not going to turn out to be good. Why would I want to go on a coin like this and risk and do a little bit of a high risk trade? Well, that's pretty logical at this standpoint, because you have seen where the main profit take is. And if we can locate the profit take all the way to up there, we'll definitely make some decent profits, right? So in this case, it is very sensible to risk a position right here in order to double up your stack, right? So let's see how this opportunity would actually present itself. Going down to 30 minutes, we can see that we are currently hovering right inside of the area, right? We can really see that this is kind of the position we definitely want to hold right now for us to be considered bullish. Now, usually when I go into those trades, I would most likely put the stop losses underneath the low, because you do not essentially want to go there anymore. But in this case, it's a little bit different. I'm actually going to have to look this as a whole structure and what it did. And we never actually made a higher high to this one to the left. So having this as a stop loss right down here would not be a good one to begin with, because you can still wick quite easily all the way down to here, pick up that missing liquidity and start closing back up. That is still a very viable option at this pace. Even though on the lower time frames it looks different, you still have to remember that if you switch it over to 4 hours, it looks very different, as you can see. Or even if you switch it to daily, it looks very, very different. And from our experience, we know we have to more satisfy the higher time frames than the lower ones, because the higher time frames essentially have higher hit ratio to begin with, right? So yes, I will drag my stop loss all the way to down here, and you can see at this point we are stuck with about 9% stop loss, which again, like usually most of our trades we are looking at around not to be above 10%, and this one is still pretty much okay with us, right? Because it is on 9%, so we are just a little bit like 1% under our threshold. Okay, so now, as we finally found our stop loss, let's go a little bit of a back on the higher time frame to actually find some of the lines for our profit takes. So the main profit take is already located up there, right? But we will obviously take something in between. So what we will do right now, we will go on daily. We will go over on a daily, and we're actually trying to find a little bit of a lower time frame area as well, just by zooming in more into the past of the structure. And from this point onwards, I kind of see an area right here being right one here. I'm even gonna put a line into it, so it's gonna be scaling all the way to the top. Wait, actually, let me find a good line, horizontal line. Bam. it's going to be right here, and this is actually going to act as our first profit take. Now let's go back to lower time frame, zoom in back in, and let's see what's gonna be happening here. So now if we drag it all the way to the top, and this time around I'm gonna put it on the line because the line is the most precise point of this entire area. So it is a little bit underneath the middle of the area, but I'll be essentially putting the line right here, and I mean essentially putting the profit target right here on the line. And you can see it turns out to be 35%, almost 36%, $57, or 3.8 R. So you can see right off the bat you have a pretty good profit take. So immediately your high risk is being repaid for right off here. So now joining from this, you got the first profit take, and this time around we can lead it all the way up to the second one, which in this case is going to be aimed as a main profit take to begin with. So second one leading all the way up to there, it is 75%, $74 or 8 R, and you can see this is a very good trade to begin with. It is not as well 100% trade, right? If you look at it, if you're taking the bottom of the box, but if you're taking the top of the box, you can see it almost spans out to 100%. So you're not exactly doubling your position, but you're still making a lot of good money, right? So again, all of the prices, before we move on, right, all of the prices can be seen on the left, on my right side of my screen. And again, you can see the stop loss is about on $38, the entry is around $42, which is basically a market smash at this point, because you really want to hold this area. And first target 57, the second one 74. Unless you're taking it all the way to the top, then it's around $80, right? So it's still almost doubling your position, and it's still very good R and very good percentages. So yes guys, I would please like to ask you to subscribe to our channel and like the video, and also join us at today's stream. We are gonna have a stream today in about 3 hours. So if the video goes live for about now, it's probably gonna be like an hour. So yeah, in about 2 hours from this video. And also please do check out our blog. I'm gonna leave the links in the description down below. Check out our 4C blog, where we help you guys learn to trade. You can do all kinds of stuff there, right? Like read analysis, learn to trade, and just participate in these sort of events that if you want to in the future be a trader, you can obviously help yourself at it, and you can learn some decent knowledge out of it, right? So thank you for watching guys, and we will be seeing each other in the next one.